Kruger photography, the only tips you'll ever need. Kruger photography can be tricky if you don't know what you are doing. Constrained to your safari vehicle, knowing your camera, your lens, and some photography tips in mind will help you take the most magnificent photos. The Kruger National Park is a sanctuary not only for animals, but also for those who see the world through a viewfinder. The golden morning light breaking through the acacia trees, a leopard draped lazily across a marula branch, elephants silhouetted against a glowing sunset. These are the scenes that call photographers back to the park time and time again. Some of the most iconic wildlife images in African photography have been taken here, including the legendary lion portrait by Heinrich van den Berg and the gripping leopard in tree shot by Greg Dutoit. These photos were captured with luck, patience, and a lot of know-how. And while you might not walk away from your Kruger safari with such imagery in your memory card, you will have honed your skills and become a better wildlife photographer. The Kruger embodies an almost meditative sense of peace. There's no city noise, just the symphony of cicadas, distant lion roars, and the rhythmic click of a camera shutter. Whether you are just starting out or if you are comfortable with your camera, the Kruger is a place for photographers of all skill levels. And in this guide, we'll be sharing some must-know Kruger photography tips to improve your art. What camera is best for the Kruger? A common question among newcomers and even some seasoned enthusiasts is, what's the best camera for Kruger photography? The answer is not exactly straightforward. Depending on your budget, experience, and personal preference, there are quite a number of exceptional cameras available on the market. Popular models among wildlife photographers include the Canon EOS R5, Nikon Z9, Sony A1, and the Panasonic Lumix G9. These cameras are sought after for their fast autofocus systems, high-resolution sensors, and impressive frame rates, all important features when photographing unpredictable wildlife. The Canon EOS R5, for instance, delivers stunning 45-megapixel images and 20 frames per second shooting, making it ideal for capturing fast-moving subjects. The Nikon Z9 offers exceptional tracking and reliable durability, while the Sony A1 is known for its blazing speed and detailed dynamic range. The Panasonic Lumix G9, though more compact, holds its own with rapid burst modes and excellent image stabilization, making it a favorite among those who are looking for portability without sacrificing performance. These mirrorless models are popular for their speed and image quality, although they are a pricey investment, especially if photography is your hobby rather than your profession. DSLRs remain a dependable choice, and they are significantly cheaper. Models like the Canon 90D, Nikon D500, and older versions such as the Canon 7D, Mark II, or Nikon D750 continue to perform admirably in the field. These cameras are known for their robust build, reliable autofocus systems, and fast burst shooting, making them particularly effective when tracking wildlife. Mirrorless cameras are becoming more common thanks to their lighter build, silent shooting modes, and lightning-fast autofocus, which is particularly useful for capturing moving subjects like birds or big cats. The Sony A1, for instance, combines 50-megapixel resolution with 30 frames per second continuous shooting, while the Canon EOS R5 features advanced animal eye tracking and high image clarity. However, DSLRs still hold an edge in battery life and ergonomic familiarity, which can be a deciding factor on long game drives or in remote camps which might have limited charging options. All of the camera options out there can make choosing a camera difficult and expensive, which is why you must remember that having a top-tier setup isn't necessary to take amazing photos. Some of the most memorable Kruger photography shots have come from mid-range cameras and well-timed clicks. Composition, patience, and an understanding of animal behavior are often a lot more important than the specifications of the gear. When is the best time of the year to photograph the Kruger? The time of year that you plan your safari can significantly affect your photography. The winter months, May to September, usually provide the perfect conditions for Kruger photography. With the reduced vegetation and with numerous animals congregating at waterholes, sightings tend to be more frequent and easier to frame. However, the dry conditions during winter sometimes lead to wildfires, and the smoke from these fires can obscure visibility, adding haze that messes up your clarity and ability to capture all the detail. The summer, October to April, brings with it most of the area's annual rainfall. And just about overnight, the park becomes vividly green and overgrown. Summer is also the birthing season for many antelope, which attracts all sorts of predators. The skies can also be dramatic, with the heavy, dark thunder clouds giving the images a moody feel. The downside of doing Kruger photography at this time of the year is that the thick vegetation makes spotting animals more challenging. For those who are taking their Kruger photography trips seriously and who are aiming for clear shots and ample sightings, late winter to early spring is typically the ideal window. Still, each season can give you plenty of opportunities to take incredible images. When do you see the most animals in the wild? The best chances of seeing and photographing all sorts of wildlife in action will happen during the cooler hours, particularly during the early mornings and late afternoons. During these times, the animals are most active, increasing the likelihood of you capturing scenes like lions on the move, hyenas returning to dens, or elephants enjoying a river bath. While midday tends to be quieter, it isn't without its sightings. Animals often look for shade or water during the heat, and this gives you the opportunity to create stunning images that play with the light and shadows. In the dry seasons, wildlife often converges around dependable water sources. These spots can turn into bustling hubs of interaction, making them excellent locations to focus on for dynamic Kruger photography moments. How long do you need for a Kruger photography tour? To truly absorb the rhythm of the Kruger and maximize your photographic opportunities, a stay of between 5 to 7 days is generally recommended. That is not to say that a short 3-day visit won't also give you exceptional images, because wildlife sightings are unpredictable. One day might be quiet, while the next could give you a rare encounter with a cheetah or leopard. Longer visits are always recommended for photographers because it gives them enough time to explore a variety of routes, wait patiently at promising locations, and adapt to the park's lighting conditions. Whether you are staying in a single camp or rotating between several, each area will also give you different landscapes and photographic challenges. From the open plains of Satara to the shaded paths near Pafuri, every corner of the park holds potential. Those photographers who are keen on refining their skills may benefit from signing up for a guided Kruger Park photographic safari. Led by professionals with an eye for both animal behavior and lighting, these experiences can significantly enhance the outcome of your Kruger photography journey. Some even include vehicle adaptations to support heavy lenses to give you more image stability. Do you want to plan your Kruger photography safari? For those whose ideal getaway includes golden sunsets, the early morning roar of lions, and the opportunity to walk away with a memory card full of photos, planning a Kruger Park safari may be the next step. And your Kruger photography safari begins here. Our experienced team can help you find and plan the ideal Kruger photo safari. Contact us for more information. Book a tour with ATC now. Finally, a few more FAQs about Kruger photography. 1. Do I need a telephoto lens for Kruger photography? Yes, a telephoto lens, 200 millimeters or longer, helps capture animals from a safe distance without altering their natural behavior. 2. Can I rent photography gear in or near Kruger? Yes, there are several outfitters in South Africa that rent out photography equipment suitable for Kruger safaris, including long lenses and camera bodies. 3. Are mobile phones good enough for Kruger photography? High-end smartphones can take decent shots, especially for landscapes or close sightings, but they're limited when it comes to distant wildlife. 4. Is a tripod or beanbag better for Kruger photography? A beanbag is often more practical inside a safari vehicle, helping to stabilize a lens on the window frame or door. 5. How can I prepare for photographing in low light? Use a camera with good ISO performance, such as the Sony a7S III, Canon EOS R6, or Nikon Z6 II, which are known for excellent results in low light. Shoot in RAW for flexibility during post-processing, and consider using a fast lens like a 70 to 200 millimeter f 2.8 or 50 millimeter f 1.8 to capture more light in dim conditions. Increase ISO sensitivity when necessary, but balance it with noise reduction in post to maintain detail. And consider fast lenses with wide apertures to gather more light.